EDCI 702 candidates. Dr. Palermo with a little bit of an introduction prior to hopefully seeing you for the first time this weekend. February 24th and 25th in Goldsboro, bright and early Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. I look forward to seeing you. I'm turning off a bunch of the discussions that I hope to engage you in some face-to-face dialogue this weekend. But in terms of reading and assignments for this week and in preparation for our second face-to-face weekend in Goldsboro, I want you to prepare the pillar presentations on Drago Severson, Ellie Drago Severson's Leading Adult Learning. I believe that Dr. Sabin combined you with her section and assigned you chapters. When I talk about pillar presentations, I'm talking about teaming, providing leadership roles, collegial inquiry, and mentoring. So it says here in the schedule of readings, read Drago Severson chapter 5, but I hope that you have skimmed at least all of 3 through 6. And that you are coming prepared to present something to the rest of us about one of those 4 pillars. They're pretty important in the work that we're going to be doing throughout our program, and the ways of knowing and the pillar practices are pretty central. So I'm showing you a view here that is not what you're going to see in your view, and it says item not available, not available, not available. I turn these things off in order to clear you up, in order to do these things for this weekend. If you look at the course calendar, the preview or the peer review of the OA and CNA are not supposed to happen until week 8, and we're in week 6, so I'm shoving this up. And the fact that we have a face-to-face meeting this weekend, I would like you to bring whatever stage your OA and CNA are right now, bring them to class this weekend, please. And we're going to do peer reviews on those 2 evidences. Now, folks, this is early. Don't scream yet. We have 3 major writings assignments that you have to produce by the end of this semester. That's 15 weeks, and we're at week 6. So I sincerely hope that you've been reading all along here about the OA and the CNA and have been really truly getting to work on reflecting and putting groups together and thinking about how you're going to tackle these OA and CNA assignments. Well, again, it's a quick turnaround in order to have a completed document, but I want you to bring whatever you have on the CNA and the OA to our session this weekend, please. So forget some of the rest of this reading. Don't forget it. Marsh and Willis, chapters 7 and 9. We're going to complete this, but it's going to be, again, a text that you'll come back to. You'll need to keep this on your shelf and come back to it, especially when you're doing your curriculum project. Make sure that you have read and that you bring Drago Severson's Leading Adult Learning, the pillar practices, and another scenario activity this weekend are pretty important with that. I have heard a little bit of noise about the pillar presentations and some question about what that should look like or how I'm assessing you. I provide a model when I have the opportunity to meet with folks face-to-face for the first time, and it's over here in the weekend stuff. This is an example. So if you want to know what should my colleague and I present for our pillar presentation, I don't want to hear about the chapter. I've already read these 4 chapters, read them a couple of times. I do want to be engaged as a learner in some application activity that will model higher order thinking. Do you have one of these wheels? Are you familiar with Bloom? So I don't appreciate an activity in class when we're to be becoming teacher leaders and exemplars in terms of teaching and modeling the curriculum and instruction that we want to happen in school. So I love it when you can get in your in your activities and your presentations to analysis and synthesis. And how do we do that? Not by hearing the titles and the subheadings of the chapter, but by engaging in some work. So over here, I never got a chance to do this activity we did a couple of weeks ago because I missed class. I apologize. If you saw the Logan LaPlante video, if you watched that video that I loaded on the TED Talk on Logan hack schooling, that was an application activity for Martian Willis's curriculum, Chapter 1. The outline for it is right here. That's my mini lesson using Chapter 1. It doesn't teach you what's in Chapter 1. It asks you to apply and synthesize and use that knowledge. Okay, so that's a long way around. What is the expectation for my presentation on the pillar practices? Please don't do a PowerPoint highlighting the key concepts from the chapter. That's lower order knowledge, right? Okay. So site supervisor agreement's been dropped. I had not picked up on that in the first week or two of class, but I am catching up now and will explain that to you if you want. That assignment is still listed here, but it has been dropped from the program. We'll talk some more about that. Teaming, leadership roles, collegial inquiry, mentoring. I hope to have a good discussion with you this weekend about some of those pillar practices. I do look forward to seeing you. I'll mention that these APA tip of the weeks are really the 701 work, but you're starting to use APA and become familiar with it. That's a good thing. So here are the rules for headings, and that's your APA tip for the week. Thank you. That's all from Ramblin' Jim, and I will see you this weekend. Make sure that you come comfortably ready to learn with the other adults in your crew. Besides the books, electronic devices, and extension cords, make sure that you have your favorite caffeine beverage and dark chocolate. Thank you.